WWE 2K25 has really started to irk me. For those that are close to me know how I feel about this game. I guess I haven't really been vocal enough on my platform, and that's mostly my fault because honestly the game has deterred me from wanting to post as much as I want to, or as much as I really just should be posting, especially when I consider this a part-time job for myself. Yes, part-time job for myself, for those that think this is my full-time job and I just have to dedicate my life to every single issue that happens. But nonetheless, I just felt the need to really come on here, make a video, talk about what has been going on. Obviously, we got the big DLC announcement yesterday with our Grande Americano. I got to sleep on that a little bit, and yes, you know, I'm cool with our Grande Americano, but I think that fans feel very slighted because it's basically a Chad Gable reskin. Something that is really pretty much the definition of a Persona card in MyFaction. And don't even let me get started on MyFaction. I'll be getting into that later on during the video, but I honestly didn't even come into this video with a game plan. I really just want to lay out my thoughts, talk about how I feel about the game, and really just go. Because the unmotivation and everything, where at a point like this last year I was posting every day, even though the game always has its issues, but it just really has been deterring me because I really care about the state of the game, and when the game is bad, it makes me not even want to do anything surrounding the game. Nonetheless, there's a lot going on with this game, and just going back to a Grande Americano, it is very surprising, you know, the way that they went ahead and made that announcement. It is unfortunate that we have to wait till September, but yeah, a Grande Americano, he's cool, but a reskin, it just feels, you know, slighting in a way, right? I feel like I would have personally preferred the celebrity over our Grande Americano, if I'm being completely honest, right? Obviously, it's cool that we have another wrestler joining us in the game, but it's honestly the same wrestler. What's the status uploaded? And El Grande Americano, shout out to him. I use him a lot in my thumbnails. He's uploaded this maybe a couple months ago at this point, and it's more than enough. I don't need an entrance. I don't need a Titantron. And again, maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, but it is, you know, something that I wish they would have went a different route. Now, there were rumors of Malachi Black possibly joining the game, which people thought that he would be the guy replacing El Grande Americano. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Now, does that mean that he can't get in the game? No, not at all. He may very well be joining the game at some point, but there is no official word from 2K. And I always tell you guys, take these rumors with a grain of salt, because if it's not announced by 2K, we don't know. Things change at 2K very, very fast, especially if you're on X social media, any type of social media where people keep up with this game. You see that some files say something one day, and then the next patch, it says something completely different. So you always need to take those rumors with a grain of salt. And if you're disappointed that you are not getting Malachi or somebody else that was talked about in the past, I really don't know what to tell you, right? Because I keep my expectations very low in terms of when I see a rumor or something, because we just don't know if that's ever going to happen till it really happens or is announced. Now, with all of that being said, right, and just going back to a Grande Americano, September, that's really, you know, just insult to fans personally, because 15K VC, El Grande Americano in September, I just don't know how I personally feel about that, because September, that's like almost like the closest to like last DLC pack at that point. Like, I think after that, we just get one more in November, and that'll be it, or it might be like the third or fourth, whatever the case is, right? The point is that we were supposed to get the celebrity DLC in May, and now we're getting it in September, which it just makes it a mess. I think that in the future, we just need to move completely away from celebrities and just put real wrestlers in there, man. People that we actually care for. Like, it seems like these devs are very dedicated on actual wrestlers. Like, we see they always get some really cool animations, and Brian Williams has already, you know, teased and talked about Penta and just some cool things that you'll be able to do with him. There's just a lot that I just really appreciate when it comes down to the DLC characters and the way wrestlers move and act. And I just really, really appreciate that compared to the celebrities and whatnot. Now, the NBA thing, that really kind of appealed to me personally, simply because, you know, Jalen Brunson, my boy, you see it on the hat. I was super excited to go on ahead and play with Jalen. But again, there is just, you know, certain things that I understand people don't vibe with, and that's completely okay. Everybody has a different cup of tea, and that's fine. But just even looking at my factions, just to shift the direction a little bit, packs have been insanely priced for months now, and not one thing has been done to really make this mode want to be played. And it is interesting, right? Because I sit here complaining, the community sits here complaining, but there's no changes being done, which makes me think there are people that don't complain that are spending that money. And as you guys know, I say it all the time, we are a very small percentage. Like, hardcore fans like you watching this video right now are watching this video. A lot of casual fans won't click on this video. And the reason why is because they just don't care enough to talk about the issues and rant about the issues. They just got money to go into MyFaction and, you know, get that new Triple H Persona card, whatever they need for it. And Triple H, he looks really good. He looks really fun. But when I looked at the requirements, good luck. You know, that's just really what it is. It's just a tough situation to look at. I feel like this game hasn't been handled the way that it should post-launch. And this month in specific is not a good look for them. You got this game drop into a whole nother player base, and if any of that player base is in tune with what's been going on to this game, they would be disappointed and possibly even deterred from getting this game on the Switch 2. Now, I will be reviewing this game on the Switch 2. I will be playing this game on the Switch 2. Why? I want to be able to give a well-detailed review on this game on that console, because I know it is something that has been desired for a couple years now, ever since the disaster of 2K18. And seeing all of these issues happen over and over and over again right now, it is, you know, scary for the Switch 2. And if you are someone that's on the Switch 2 and looking forward to playing this game, I don't know if I would tell you go pick up this game, if I'm being completely transparent and honest. It's just, there's so many issues that just feel not addressed. And I know that the development team is trying. I know, because those guys, and just speaking from personal experience, I had a really good experience with those guys. And I was able to even sit down and talk to them about the game and see what they can do better with the game. And for those that think I don't use my voice on my platform, I do. And maybe I'm just not super vocal enough about it, because I'm not going to sit here and curse at them and do all this crazy stuff when a lot of the time when you're yelling and cursing and doing all these things, it doesn't resolve many problems. I stand on my 2 feet, and I feel that this conversation that we may be having right now could change something in the future. But right now, man, it's just really not a good situation for 2K. And again, going back to the mishandling, this generally feels like the worst mishandled game post-launch. I feel like when we got our hands on this game at the very beginning of the year, it was such a good product. Maybe a couple things here and there. Servers weren't great. I feel like they are better now, according to a lot of the online players and the people that I talk to. But when you look at this game now, it's like, what happened? You know, it feels like a lot of these patches aren't being play tested before being put out, knowing that it can affect a lot of the community, you know, when putting them out. And it just feels like if you are a creator or someone that likes to create, you currently shouldn't be creating till all these patches are out the way, because it happens a lot that these patches mess with tattoos, logos, whatever the case may be. Last year, mid-year, they put out a patch that messed up everybody's hair. Granted, it was a glitch, but at that point, just let it ride. You know, I get that you want to fix that and whatnot, but it basically destroyed a lot of people's creations. So there's just a lot, and honestly, I just wanted to bring it to light, talk about it, because I feel like I haven't spoken about it enough. And I do speak about the issues. I do try to use my platform, do try to speak to developers, but obviously I want this game to improve. And if a video like this is what it takes, you know, to get you guys to know and, you know, express your opinions on what's going on with the game, I'm completely fine with that. And I'm somebody that has tried not to push as much negativity on the channel this year, and just tried to bring a lot more positivity and just, you know, bring light to the good things of this game. But sometimes things get out of control, and I feel that they definitely need, you know, a push from creators to hopefully help them put out a better product. But sometimes it feels like maybe they need to take another year off, or whatever the case may be, because it genuinely feels like there is a bigger issue with this game when they fix something and then it breaks something else. They fix something and then it breaks 2 other things. I think that's an issue in its own, personally. And I hope that going forward, we just continue to get better news about this game. But right now, it genuinely feels like a letdown, if I'm being honest. As a consumer, as a fan, it just feels like I'm not getting enough. And I think that we all deserve enough. I think a lot of people have been patient with this game enough. So we'll really have to see what happens with that.